Check 1, check 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. All right, looks like I'm live. Things should be working now. Hope there's no power outages tonight, because that would be no fun. No fun at all. All right. I'm gonna give it just a few minutes, let some people come in, and go from there. That was a lot louder than I thought. This away. This stuff away. The gum band. Where are we at here? Michael, what's up? C. Leon, what's up? Aaron and Paul. Love me some Lego Movie. I'm gonna show you guys that in a minute. Just got a couple prints here done. Not a ton. I've had less time to print than I was kind of hoping lately. That is a bummer. But it's okay. I've got lots more time to print. Lots more things to print as well. You can go there. But at least the Anet A8 Plus is tuned. That's a good thing. Oh yeah, they're doing the virtual Earth. Yeah, I kind of forget about that. I don't know if what I'll be able to do for that or anything or even watch. We'll see when it happens. These virtual events are kind of hard to attend for me. I was supposed to actually do something for the virtual Rep Rap Festival months ago, but it just didn't pan out with my time frame, things I was doing, so that's okay. Bit in the back of my knee by a mosquito, and I just want to crush every bug I see. Where I can change out my monoprice mini board. Paul, I would assume so. I'm sure you can design a bracket to fit I don't know, an SKR mini or a one. I wouldn't put a 1.3 in there. I just like a mini or an MKS. What's that? The Robin Nano that I used in the Master Crane down here. That's an option too. So yeah, I'm sure there's a way, but it's gonna take a little bit of work. So today is a fantastic and horrible day. Mainly horrible because we got rain and had a power outage and I lost my prints. So I am printing things for Ultra Magnus, which is what this printer is eventually going to become. I've got a whole bin that I've started printing all the parts and getting all my little electronic extras together. So I am printing all the things for Ultra Magnus. I've got some beautiful white that's going to be part of it. Let me switch to the DSLR so you guys can see. Let me turn this on. That power outage kind of screwed me up here a little bit, I think. There it goes. Here. There we go. Like that. So we've got, again, a nice white for the, turn down a little bit. There we go. Real nice clean white. This has the modified sensor holder that Aaron made for the TH3D Easy ABL, the older version. This is a V3. I've got a V6 Hotend in here. I've got some blue corner brackets that Aaron made a while back. I was using them. Oh, yeah, that was not words. I'm also using these on the Bear. These are the brackets that he made for that specifically. We've got the Y-rod holders from Megatron that we're going to use as well. These kind of just slide together like so. And the rod fits in there nice and loosely at first, but then once you clamp these down, it really holds down that rod, and they look fantastic. So really excited about using those. Yeah, so then I was printing the SKR Universal mount. So this is actually the same one that I'm using on the Bear build. I'm using this because I converted that to an SKR 1.3. This one's a little bit different. It's still very much the same. A little bit of stringiness in there. It is PETG, but I also kind of did want to do this in dual color like I did on there, but I didn't this one. And either way, it failed at literally like 75 or no, like 95%. This failed. So I'm a little bummed, but that's okay. That goes in the bin. And then I was printing out the X bracket. I guess we call these the X or the Z. Either way, this is the motor side and the idler side. So they should go like a this eventually on the printer. But yeah, that failed on me as well because of power outage. That is my biggest gripe with Octoprint. It just bewilders my mind why I continue to use it, because it sucks. Like, I cannot stand Octoprint and power outages. I'm using a Prusa Mark III's with all these bells and whistles and these great features. And if you print from Octoprint, you hack out one of the most important features, which is power resume. And that drives me absolutely insane that I can't use that. It just really makes me angry. Really does. One second, let me see what's going on my phone here for a minute. But yeah, so I just wish it would change. We got Vince in here. Edelston Online. Oh, Brandon's finishing his. XNs, yeah. I was just looking after last video and I found out that actually does the 32-bit board. They use them at the in their ET series printers. Oh, okay, so they use it in there, just not in this one. Well, that sounds fantastic, but I have no idea how to do that. But I just wish it would work. Like, wish it was just integrated. And it's not. Jen, it just bugs me. So we're going to kick off a couple prints here real quick. I am going to do dual color on that. So we're just doing simple layer change, which you can do in Prusa Slicer. They changed that, I guess, pretty close to a year ago now, I guess they changed that. But I'm loving this red, white, and blue from Ziltech. It's all PETG, all from Ziltech. And the colors, the white is just white. It's really nice. And that red also is just nice, and it looks really deep on the print, but when you are on the spool, but when you actually print it, it's a really nice color. Bright. I really want that Ultra Magnus bright colors. So, liking it so far. Yeah, a little bit of stringy in there. That's easy enough of something to fix on it. Stringiness does happen. The other thing I had to do is, because I'm running a camera setup on the Mark III's, I had to end up switching to a micro SD card, which I think is the worst thing ever. But it works, and you can't get out the full-size SD card from that. So we're going to go ahead and export this G code. No, cancel that. I don't want to go to there. I want to go to the actual 13 hours. So it all depends. So Will's here. What's up? Got a bunch of other people popping in here. Yeah, Aaron, that is the reason to print from SD card. It's because you don't have to, think about it. It just will resume for you. It's a great feature. And the fact that Octoprint can't do it is literally its biggest downfall. Okay. We'll get that rolling. No, we won't. Let's reset. I sliced that with the wrong profile. That was sliced with Megatron's profile, not the Mark III's one. Kriak, what's up, dude? Happy Extruder, how you doing? So we're going to switch this to, I guess you guys want to see this. We'll do this here. So we're switching to Mark III's line. We just call this Proof Schmidt PETG. It's good enough profile. We're doing 0.2 quality. Slice and dice. Cancel that. Layers are still at the same spot. So you can see I have my layer change right down in here. When you pull it down, you start out with the one color. So it does all of that. We come up, and then you see it does the bridging. The first layer of bridging is the new color. And it goes up until the text starts. Once text starts, then I start the next color, and I continue all the way up in that. And that will give me a cool looking pattern on both of these on their inside edge. So this honeycomb pattern faces the inside build of the printer. So let's save this out here. Save that, and then we're going to go to the SD card and delete that other one off. 13 hours, that was wrong. It's also doing, again, it's not exporting the name, which bugs me. It does it sometimes, and then it doesn't other times. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? I want your zoomer print. I want you to print a print. Print from SD. Renewable SKR add-on. Bed heating. Okay. We are cooking with gas now. So that'll be done in the first. Let's see, it's going to take, you can see down here in the corner, the color. So color 1 is an hour and 43. Color 2 is an hour and a half. And so hopefully I should be able to, it's only 9 o'clock. I'll be able to get both those color changes done before bed, and then 9 hours 27. So tomorrow morning sometime, this will finish off with that color there. And now that we have that done, okay, let's go back, because I thought I exported those other parts. Apparently I didn't. I jumped ship. There we go. Okay, so we got these ones. We're going to print these on Megatron in PETG. We're doing the 0.2 quality setting, 20% infill, select the dice. Or did I already send it? Megatron. It is connected, okay. So, Preciser. Oh, we need to get rid of that, all the way up. Slice again. Oh, there's all one each. Brandon, so the enclosure is going to be red with a layer of white in it, I've decided. Blue is the power supply is going to be blue, and the extruder is going to be white with blue accents. Frame pieces are going to be blue. I have the blue accents for the idler door and the part cooling fan already printed in that. The carriage is going to be blue. The two X ends are going to be blue. The motor mounts and the top Z mounts are going to be red. So actually, after I do the SKR enclosure, I'm going to go ahead and load up all the other red parts for the frame and get those printed as well. So we can send this to the printer. Megatron should start printing. There Megatron goes. Good boy. All right, so we have 2 of those prints about to go. Now let's go ahead, since those are going. What did you print the park going fan? It's printed in it's printed in PETG for now, Brandon. I do have red ABS, which eventually later I might go ahead and reprint the blue Parkling fan shroud in red ABS. Eventually. I thought I had blue ABS as well, but I don't know. I know I have black. I know I have white. But either way, in red it'll be okay. It'll still look decent. Yeah, so that's all the stuff for this going. Now I'm going to show you guys some prints off of the Anet A8 Plus, so you guys can kind of see how that's looking. Okay, let me back up my phone real quick. Not working either way. Okay, yeah. So, hey Eduardo, what's up, man? All right, so first off, I went ahead and did the XYZ cube. Okay. Focus on my hand, please. There we go. XYZ cube came out good. A little bit of extrusion issues, a little bit, well, not really extrusion, but mostly it was the retraction. Sorry, there we go. My mind is getting there somewhere. So I went ahead and ran a test print for what they had, and this is a Chinese chess piece. And you can see it almost looks over extruded, but actually it's not, and we're under extruding. We were 5 millimeters off. It was set to 95 instead of 100, and with pretty much exactly 5 millimeters off. So I went ahead and printed this out as their sample G code, and I mean, it came out okay. Not the worst print ever, also not the best printer ever. That's okay. So then I went ahead and threw a 150% benchy on there. And because I'm using a spool that I spliced together, one of the splices didn't work. So that didn't work out. But you can easily tell on this print that I'm under extruding. You can see it mainly here on the sides, a little bit on the deck, but you can definitely see there's space in there. So I'm definitely under extruding. I'd also made a few other changes, and you can see the ringing is there a little bit, not as pronounced. So it's definitely looking better. And then, after I made those changes, switched over and printed this benchy, which is a little translucent, so it does hide some crimes, but we can still try and see right here. You can see there's a tiny bit of ringing there. It looks like maybe 3 of them. So I need to adjust my jerk and acceleration a little bit more for that. But the smokestack came out great. Bridging's really good on the top. Extrusion is very even throughout it. It's very nice and smooth. You can see here in the shine, you can see those different blips right here. That's the different retraction places it was at. Kind of go through, see there's that ghosting there again. Keep going around. But yeah, I mean, this honestly is a great benchy that came off of there. I'm very happy with the results. I learned a little bit. Still have a few more things to tweak, but all in all, it's looking really good. So then I went ahead and printed out this. So this is a 200% of the, if you just search like vase mode rocket, this comes up. So this is completely in vase mode, and I love this print. I actually had one print a long time ago that was like a candy holder, had M&Ms in it for the kids. But anyways, it's 1 perimeter, 3 bottoms. I forgot to put tops on, so the tops of these rockets are all empty, but that's okay. And you can definitely see the salmon skin. Or fish scale. I call it salmon skin. Some people call it different things. But overall, the extrusion is pretty good. But if we get in here and look, you can see through different parts. Right here, you can see there's some of that scaling going on. And if you look out a little bit, you'll be able to see it in it. It's really hard to see. I can see it in person, but a little hard to tell. But right down here, you can see some of that salmon skin, more of the fish scale going across it. This is fish scale. This here is salmon skin. I do view them a little bit differently, but let's see if I can see it anywhere else in here. It's a little bit more clearly. In here, you can see it back and forth in this part up here. Turn this back and forth. You'll be able to see in there. But yeah, you can definitely see some of that fish scale, aka salmon skin, going on in the print. It's not horrendous, but it's also a $180 printer. So yeah, Aaron just said 180 bucks. So it is honestly really good for the price so far. I'm still impressed with how it's doing so far. I still have reservations about it. But I mean, all in all, it's not bad. It's not horrible, but I mean, it prints off the bat. This gives me better results than my G-Tech i3 aluminum did 4 years ago. Now, granted, we've come a long way in 4 years. So comparing it is basically apples and oranges, a 4-year-old printer versus something that's brand new and, designed from supposedly what they have been learning over the past few years from the A8. That's where they came up with this. But for 180 bucks, honestly, I'm very impressed with what I'm getting for this. It's not a Prusa, it's not Megatron. It's given an Ender 3 a run for its money. I think with a few more changes to the extrusion, things like that. But that also plays into an issue here. So I'm going to turn this on now. Let's see if I can zoom you guys in here. And this is a very classic issue with budget 3D printers. Okay, so let's do this. Sorry, I don't have a ball head on this, but it's a little hard to adjust. Okay, you can see the screen there. So if we go here, we're going to go to Control, Motion, Jerk, as reset to 20. We go down to steps per millimeter. E-steps is reset to 95. EEPROM is not enabled on this here. There's only restore failsafes. You can't write to the EEPROM with this firmware. So every time I make these changes, I either need to come in here and change it here, or I need to write the G code to my start code, my start script, and then run a print. So that is right now the biggest issue with this. And I'm having one of my printers is being goofy here. Oh, okay, it's being okay now. It's just a little close to the bed there. Here we are working for now. Hope it continues. Oh, it's just gonna be a little close to the bed. But yeah, so I gotta try and figure out a firmware solution for it. I don't know if the board just doesn't have EEPROM. I highly doubt it doesn't. I think it's just a firmware change I need to do. I haven't looked for the source code on it, but yeah, I just have to figure that out. Yeah, I'm not using Idea Maker yet. I created this profile in Simplify 3D. It's just easier for me to do in Simplify 3D still. Like I know it's the controversy behind it and everything like that, but Simplify 3D is just so easy to use and it just works. Yeah, my BLV is giving me issues with that. I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, so these are kind of, I wanted to show you guys the prints that are coming off this printer right now. And again, I'm trying to remain skeptical about it. I'm trying to remain biased about it. But all in all, I am still shockingly impressed with the printer on what it's doing for the cost. I mean, it's a dirt cheap printer that's giving pretty good results. I mean, it's definitely better than like that. I mean, so this is what, $20 more than what was that Easy 3D mini one? It was kind of like the M3D Nano little cube thing. This prints better than that. It's 20 bucks more. I could print that printer twice on this bed, 1 and then 2, and this, again, it just performs better. So it's very shocking, not gonna lie. But I've also never had an Anet before. I didn't know what to expect going into this. It's also very, very light printer for its size, which I like. I'm gonna set this out here in the hallway. Get out of the way. Okay. Need it out of the way because we're gonna work on the bear. The bear has one of the cheap throats in it that I am not happy with, and I had a pretty big failure on it not too long ago. Also, I need to do the cable chain because today, after many months, I think I ordered this back in May. I got the textile sleeving in for the extruder. I got several in here for other ones. And then I did get my some Weeha driver set stuff because I thought I lost in the Discord. I was like, oh man, I lost my 2mm driver. I didn't. It was in a pile of stuff. So I went and ordered another 2mm Weeha. If you guys don't have these, you need to buy them because they are just the absolute best when it comes to precision things. It's just really, really good. So now I have two 2mm ones. So this one's just going to go in the drawer there for later. And then I went ahead and ordered for my my multi-tool Weeha, which is also really nice. I use this for really like cranking down things. It's got a really big handle to it. And in the bottom, this comes in like 6 different flavors. It has a bunch of different bunch of different heads in it. Bits. So I'm going to take out some of the square bits and put in I bought a 2mm and a 2.5mm set. They come in a pack of 2. So I can put those in here and have them for the smaller heads that this only goes down. The smallest I think is 3. Yeah, 3mm is the smallest that this goes. So you have to buy the extra bits for that. So I'm excited to have these also finally. Those only took a month and a half. I ordered those in early August, like the first week of August, and these were shipped on August 8th. So not too terribly bad to get to me. But yeah, so we've got the other textile sleeving. Oh, they gave me a free bit. KC Tools, where I bought this from. Please enjoy this complimentary German-made #2 Philips bit by Fleo Tools. So you get a little complimentary bit there. Hot dog. And then I can put these all away for other builds. I still need to order that longer piece of textile sleeving, but this will at least get me the Hotend done here. What else do we got here? Advertisement stuff. Of course, it's all Wero and Weeha stuff. So it's all the good tools, the really good stuff to buy. Example files for the A8 Inmar. I am a little torn, Aaron, because again, I'm not sure what I want to do. I don't know if I want to modify the firmware yet, or now, or ever, to be honest. Don't really know what I want to do with that. It's a tricky decision that I kind of need to make. I don't know what I'm going to do, to be honest. I want to review the printer as is and go from there, but if it's going to be messing up, then there's nothing I can do about it. Tallboy saying, Rinse got a 3D printer won't stick to the bed. What is your bed surface, Tallboy? Happy to help you troubleshoot. Need a little more information. I mean, I am changing it out. You know, we already talked about Aaron. People already know that. But I don't know. I am torn either way again. All right, so this is the back of the bear again. This is that universal SKR case that I'm printing right now. So you can see I did the 2 layers. So you do a couple layers of black, switch to white, and then go back to black. And this is carbon fiber PETG, and then just a plain white PETG, then back to black carbon fiber PETG. Just a little bit of something on the printer. Other than that, and the screen, it is blacked out. So I really like that. And then we're going to use this textile sleeving to go ahead and finally clean up the wires and get them properly enclosed, saved. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for here. Clothed. I don't know. But either way, we can get this done. Again, if you're doing this, you're working on it, I take a twist tie. Probably shouldn't use black, can't see that. I take a twist tie here and I just wrap it around my cabling like so. You don't actually twist it off, but you just S it around it. And that is a great way to hold cabling together fairly securely. So I keep a lot of twist ties for when I do projects like this, because they really do help out. It's a free non-pro tip for you, because I'm definitely no pro at any of this stuff. Just a few minutes. It's always annoying to do, though. It's annoying to do. It's not as bad as that split sleeve plastic stuff that like the 2 Tree Sapphire came with. That stuff's just brutal. That just makes your fingers bleed. This is equally as hard to put on, but significantly less blood, which is always appreciated. Get out the black zip ties, because you want to keep it blacked out. I don't know where I put them. I used them like a week ago. Here they are. Zip ties in here. And it secures to the bear the exact same way it secures to the Mark III's. 3 zip ties on the top to hold it down. Hold on a second. Switch up my inside and outside part. I like to try and keep it tight. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4 there. That's done. I don't mind Aaron. Aaron is my go-to Fusion guy. I mean, not gonna lie, I am not good at Fusion. I try to make videos on it. I try to promote it. I really, really like Fusion, even though everyone is getting all upset about their current situation and what they're doing. I get it. But I mean, Fusion is the best program right now for 3D design for anybody. I mean, it really is. I'm sorry. There's no 2 ways around that one. You're in the way. I'll readjust the Z when I'm done here. My one pet peeve with this case is that it takes so many doggone M3s to secure it. It really does. But yeah, so Aaron has been doing a few tutorials on his channel that he just started up recently. I guess he's had it for a while, just hasn't posted content. But yeah, I mean, if you guys are looking for some quick and easy tutorials that really deal with 3D printing, you can go there. There's obviously pros out there that deal with Fusion 360 that he and I both recommend, like Lars Christensen is probably the most notable one. I think he works at Fusion or Autodesk, I guess. There we go. So that's the inside of the case there. So this onto all these cables here. And I do have a little fan on here. Not really required with 2209s, but it definitely helps. So those are blowing right on my drivers. I'm going to go ahead and sleeve the X cable real quick. I think I have some very thin cable wrap left over still. Yeah, I've got a small piece of this here that we're going to do just to protect the cable. Oh, Brad, yeah, they are the best ones. I forgot about Brad. Yeah, I am debating on buying a license for them now. Again, I never made the prerequisite $10,000 a year from it. I mean, I make nowhere near that. And like, if you put all of my earnings for 3D printing together, YouTube, affiliate link usage from all the different vendors, it is nowhere near that much money. So I probably will buy it. I need to double check some finances here soon. But it's $300 for the year, which I don't mind paying. I just need to confirm some stuff first. I mean, it's $300 right now. Comes down to $24 a month if you buy it now while it's on sale. Now it's on sale this year. Will it be on sale next year? Probably not. I think the normal license is $600, if memory serves me correct. So you're saving a bit of money. But I did hear SolidWorks is changing some things up as well because they want to kind of get in with the maker market as well, it seems like. So there are alternatives out there if you're willing to either A, learn a new CAD software. You know, if you're not married to Fusion 360 and you try something else, fantastic. I'm not married to it, but I really, really like it. It does everything I need it to do. I just use it to design a lot of parts. So that's the one. Again, as Brandon was, as Aaron said, you have the 10 dock limit. I saw Tom uploaded a video today about it. I didn't have time to watch it yet. I did want to watch his take on it because I saw Angus, and I mean, Angus is like, well, I already pay for it. So, like, here's alternatives. But I pay for it because I like it and I use it a lot. I liked Angus's take on the whole deal. I do want to see what Tom has to say about it. It's not that I hold either of their opinions over the other. I'm just very interested at how pretty much the two leading YouTubers on 3D printing, what their thoughts are on it. And they both design quite a bit. I don't think Tom designs quite as much as Angus does. He does have an engineering background. I think his, mechanical engineering is Tom's background. But Angus is in design, and Angus does obviously amazing designs all the time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and re-level the Z real quick. That's one of the nice things about going to an SKR Bear is that you have a lot more. You don't have a lot more features. You have different features than what the NZ board has. So auto Z align. Make sure that we're moving okay. Okay. All good. Home so slow. I do at some point need to reprint this Z cap here because the lead screw cap, because it actually, when it's twisting, it's locking down. Right now I have two. I just cut a piece of zip tie and put zip ties under it to keep it, and that just keeps it spinning and gives it, it's a less frictionless surface than the top of the motor. So I'm using that right now, but I do need to reprint that as it got too loose when I installed it, I guess. And that was causing binding issues when I first built the printer. But it's dead silent. I love it. Happy with it. I'm upset I didn't get to use the NZ board, but I'm still happy with how it is right now. I'm missing chat, sorry. Tom's take is that the 10 dock limit is not a big deal. I disagree. Okay. Well, Eddie, a lot of people are saying don't do the cloud storage. I personally don't want the cloud storage. Like I don't need it. I have plenty of space. I have a server. I don't need their cloud storage. So there's some of the discussion behind a fusion that, I mean, we've been talking about it at length in the Discord. And again, if you guys want to join the Discord, there's a link down in the description where you can go ahead and join in the conversation, which I think works. I'm going to double check that real quick now because I know I changed the link and I don't know if it changed in the live stream. I'll fix that real quick though. Videos. Live. Discord link. Nope. Let me make a new Discord link real quick. Sorry. Welcome channel. I can't view the invite code. You see it anymore? It's stupid. Anyways, I'll make another one. Want it to never expire, no limit. Generate the link, copy that, paste it in there, save. You go to live stream here. Let's edit this real quick. And join the Discord. Okay, Discord link is updated in the video description. So if you guys are curious to come hang out on the Discord and discuss a lot of things like the changes in Fusion 360, you should consider going down there and checking it out. Okay. Eddie, you hit the nail on the head there. Entitlement issues. So I said that I mean, people got so used to the freeboat and misusing the freeboat license that this is why they're changing their policy. You know, I don't blame them at all. Some people do. I try to be less diabolical about it when talking about other companies. I don't think they're doing it to hurt anyone. They're doing it to make the money that they're owed. If more people would just be honest and pay for the license when they're making more than 10K a year, then okay, great. But the fact that they're not is just, you know, a big issue with it. see here. I get that, Kayla. I get that. You know, and would they run something like where your license is only good for so long? Maybe that's an option where it's a 1-year license, but it's a lot cheaper, you know. But also that begs the question: people who are getting it free before, and now you're being told to pay $300 for the first year that you own it. What is in y'all's opinion a good price for the hobbyist 1-year license of Fusion? Or if it's a I can't pronounce the word, a forever license. It starts with a P. Can't think of the word right now. I'm totally missing on it. But a forever license, what would you pay for a forever license? Which honestly, if it's any less than like $500, I'd be giving it away basically because that's 5 years of use. But if you did a hobbyist version of what, $100 a year, $150 a year, there's no cloud storage, there's no cloud rendering, and you can use it if you make, I would say they should up it. If you make less than $50K a year with using it, because the CNC shops will use it, you know, small ones, or people running more hobbyist grade stuff, but you can make the 50K on Etsy, you know, by doing stuff. So it kind of, things like that. Yeah, I think perpetual. That's it. Thank you, Eddie. Sorry, I could not. And there's a P. It's in there somewhere. Perpetual license. 10 to 15 months. I think as well between 100 and 150 a year for those making less than 50K and no cloud at all. Well, Eddie, right now it's 25 a month, so it's $5 difference right now. So is the cloud only worth $5? I feel like it's worth more because then they have a lot less freebooters on their servers. You know, I run my own servers here, so I mean I don't need any of that. But also, who doesn't have like a 2 terabyte drive? And it's not like designs are big; they're a couple megs. Like even really intricate designs don't get that big. And how many people on a hobbyist level are working on that crazy of a build anyways? Not many, if anybody. So, and it's 10 active documents right now. So that means you have to archive the other ones. But so how when I build, let me pull up Fusion here for you guys. So for those of you that are not familiar with Fusion 360 or anything like that, oh, I got to relaunch it. Because power went out, obviously everything turned off and all my things that were open. So hopefully the auto saves are still there. Um, give it a second to launch. Sorry. Hey, Darren, what's up, man? So, all right. Well, that piece that I put in here is just long enough to kind of shield that. Makes a little bow to the side too. I like that. How are we doing over here? We are still going on that SKR base. Got a couple more hexagons to do, it looks like. And the X ends are in the works. In the works on Megatron. So that's good. I don't think I need to print any more white parts. I think I'm done with that. It's just the blue and red that I need to finish up. It's a very easy build. There we go. We do have that. Okay, so let's open this one. I still need to do this doggone crystal. And I still need to do this coin for a friend here. And this one. Yeah, I mean, you probably could argue that I've made money from Fusion just because I've done videos using it. Oh, it's not going to work. Okay. Crashed. Can't reopen the I can't reopen the Ultra Magnus file. Probably because of how I did it. Wolfgang, what's up? There's Santa. Sorry you're late. You should have the notifications on so that you can know when I go live. Relaunch Fusion, see how it goes. Again, it's definitely not a perfect program. Definitely not there at all, but it can't really fault it working, doing what I ask it to do. I think when they send tools, I just have too many now. I'm trying to get rid of tools with printers. Okay, so we're going to open up the crystal. We're going to open up this coin thing here, and we're going to delete that recovery file. And then we'll go to Ultra Magnus and open it up. It is easy to argue 15 bucks. I think 15 is reasonable, you know, for a single suite that has a single program that has all of this built in. I mean, you've got the, come on, there we go. You have design, generative design. You can render, animation, simulation, manufacture, and drawing. All the big features inside of Fusion. And I honestly forgot why I opened this up. Not gonna lie. Totally forget. Oh, that was what I was going to show the example. Sorry, a really, really junior moment there. So right here, okay, so if I open up my sidebar, so this is everything for Ultra Magnus right here above me. This is everything for Ultra Magnus that we've created. And basically, we've created each of the components outside. Not every one of them. Megatron's probably a better. I think we've done a lot more outside of the main assembly for Megatron. So we've got screen parts, feet part, belt holder, the reverse Bowden tube, motor mounts, idler mounts, all of this stuff over here. And then we've dragged and dropped each one of these assemblies and put it into the master design over here in that assembly. And that is just a really easy way to edit and go into just that one document for that one item and edit it. With the changes in Fusion, you can't do that anymore because I'm over the limit just right here with Megatron. I've got probably 80 designs, maybe 100 designs in here. They're not all parts that I've designed. They're switches and power supplies and couplers, Z-rods, motors, as you can see here. All stuff that I've gotten off of GrabCAD. GrabCAD is the best place to go if you need to find a file to be able to use in your file for referencing and things like that to build with. They're very, usually pretty exact, and it's great. So I'd have to grab those files from GrabCAD and import it into this main master file right here. That way I can have one printer, one design, one document. That's the key thing. So, or you could bring it into up here and then pull it into your object like this. Okay, so we're just going to pull this one in. I'm going to hit OK. So it pulled it in there. And then I'm going to go down here and, oh, you guys can't see that. Let's see here. No, don't do that, Shane. Oh, you guys can see that now. So right here, you can see to the side there, there's a little chain on it. You can right click on the object and you can break the link. And then you can include subcomponents, capture position, and now that component is no longer in this list right here. It is now in the design fully in this one document. Now I can go to here and I could delete this document, and that way I don't have the document limit anymore to worry about. And we're going to undo me inserting that component and resave. So that is one of the ways to get around what Fusion is doing. You know, it's probably the way to get around what Fusion is doing. Well, let me get back to the chat. Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, there is a difference between, $60 and or $60 more a year for it, because that's what it comes out to. Um, isn't that right? I'm checking my math here real quick. No, 5 times 12. Really? 60? Yeah, it's 60. Okay. Sorry, I had a were there? I had a sneeze. Hang on. Excuse me. So yeah, the difference between $100 or 15, what's 15 times 12? What's gonna we say it's 100. If it's $10, that's gonna be the 150 or 120, 150, 15, $150 versus 200, over $200. There's a big difference between the $5 a month. Um, so yeah, I'm not mathing very well today at all. Well, see, Santa, I will agree and disagree with what you said. So Fusion is really good, but runs laggy on my computer and their steep learning curve. I feel that Fusion has a very low learning curve. I think it is really, really good. So I think it is. I think it's excellent. SketchUp was really easy for me to learn, and then moving to Fusion was also very easy to learn, I think. Once I looked up a few tutorials, some of the more advanced tools are a little bit harder to learn, but overall, most of the tools, draw a box, extrude a box, draw a circle, extrude a circle, is very easy to do, and you can do designing very easily in it. I mean, look, I'm working in it, and I really don't know a whole lot about it. I'm not great at it, but I'm learning, and I'm doing okay at it, I think. But yes, it is a heavy program because it's local, and especially when you're doing local rendering, you need to have a decent machine to be able to render um, things to look nice. So if let's zoom in here like this here. I rendered this the other day for the thumbnail. 180 versus 240. It's a big difference. Yeah, again, Andrew's saying it. I wish there were more free options out there that are decent. There's just not. Like some people like FreeCAD. Some people like OpenSCAD. And I'm like, OpenSCAD? I feel like I'm back in the 19, this is 97, 900, we got the power supply right there. Angle here. To do stuff like this. So back to design. So I do need to still, once the red parts are done, I need to go ahead and change or get ready to print on the palette the multicolored parts for Ultra Magnus. So, am I losing the stream here? I'm not noticing any dips anywhere. Is it any better now? Okay, yeah. So rendering and streaming, don't do that. Yeah, my computer can do it, but my computer can't stream and render at the same time. It is a heavy program. I get it, but I didn't know it's heavy. I can do it, but again, clearly I take some hits on the stream, which is funny because OBS isn't showing any drop in FPS or anything. So, and I'm getting no drop frames. Very interesting. But either way, again, I get it. It's there. We'll see how that goes, though. I really kind of want to do another print on this just to... Oh, that's what I need to do. I want to change out the throat on this. That's the whole reason why I got this thing out. Let's go to here. And I do have in my bin, I went ahead and ordered some E3D throats from Printed Solid that I wanted to put one in here because, again, I have some cheap ones on here. I got a pretty epic failure on this one. It was a pretty good clog. And I've been noticing that with some of the cheap throats that I've been using. But I've got some legitimate E3D ones here, all metals, that I'm going to put in here instead. So we're going to do a little bit of work on here. Turn my fan on low. It's cool outside because it rained. Hopefully it won't cause too much noise, but I am sweating like a madman here. All right, so let's go ahead and motion, move axis, move Z. Take it up there. Now we're doing temperature. We're going to preheat PET, just the end, so that we can disassemble that. I know the bare Hotend is an absolute pain to take apart. I've done it lots of times. I know how to do it. It is just not the easiest. Now, to get to the Hotend is not as bad as other things. If you had to replace the motor, you are in for an absolute world of hurt. Because replacing the motor on the Bear is brutal. But doing just the Hotend, definitely not as bad. So then now we need to take out these two screws. Oh, Llama, hey, sorry, man. I missed you saying hello. Sorry, brother. How are things with you? Are you still making random, more cocky models? Wolfgang, refresh your window, brother. Close Fusion for now. Save this. Finish. Oh, Jake from State Farm. What's up, brother? How you doing? Glad you remember to come and join me every now and then. Ever since I reprinted this in the atomic carbon fiber PETG, it's definitely a better fit for everything. King, I didn't change anything. You can't change resolution when you're live. You can only do it after the fact or before. So let's take off this sock, which is uber hot. And go ahead and pull this out here like that. Let's take off the collar. We're already coming loose. Okay, great. Yeah, okay. Get the fan out of the way because that's hot stuff. Okay. We've got the heatsink there. All right, so now we need our little tool. I did buy the E3D nozzle tool years ago. Love it. Works out really well. And we're going to use the pliers on this one. Heater block. Loosen the nozzle a little bit. And then don't use your hands to do that, Shane, because it's freaking hot. Still hot. I mean, it should be. It's at 240 degrees right now. Centigrade. Okay. There is a very hot throat. Put that right there. Cool down. Take our A3D one. We'll block again. Take this. Put this on. Feed tube all the way in. Put our little collet on there. Like this. You gonna work for me? Come on. Not working for me there. I don't know what it's called. I bought it from E3D like forever ago. It's got a bunch of different sizes on it, but I never use any of them. I just use the one for the nozzle on the top, which is what, 7mm or 11mm, whatever that is. There we go. It's in there all the way. Now we can slide this back up and in. This is always the hard part because I always want to grab the heater block. And wife keeps yelling at me for grabbing hot things. Come on. Thing came off. Right there. That's not going in there properly. Okay. Let's loosen this up. Make sure that's not in the way. Oh, it's an RC tool. Oh, okay. Dude, Llama, this thing is so not flat. This is a cheap Sam's Club plastic table, brother. Like, look at this thing. The whole thing shakes. I also have it up higher than it should be because the legs are not actually locked where they should be. Oh, I got bit by a freaking mosquito, man. Llama, where are you putting the bear extruder? Are you getting a bear or are you putting this on the your laminator machine thing. I'm really confused as to why this is not going in. Just kind of gets in there and works. Goes. I think that was it. Nope, wasn't. Keep squishing it. Okay, well let's cool this thing down because it's getting stupid hot and I need to be able to hold it properly. Temperature past its limit. Man. Freaking mosquito got me good, man. Augie, what's up? Marcelli's. I'm gonna put it on the bear. Oh, are you the one doing that? Basically, that's the CR10 clone with all the linear rails. I almost feel like there's something blocking it in there. Shouldn't be though. Generally, don't have this hard of a time putting these back in. There it goes. Just needed to help it along a little bit more there. Getting it off, not so hard. Getting it back on, a little bit harder. Just need to make sure that we keep it in line. Get off. Okay. Secure the fan here. Burn all the X pieces in ABS. Yeah. Oh, Andrew, that's you. Ah, okay, with the base. Yeah, nice. The wood, yes, Marcellus, thank you. Sorry, there are so many people right now that are designing and making printers on the Discord. It's super cool. I have a hard time keeping track of all of them though, so I really need to make some notes on people's names and whatnot just to try to remember who's all building what. But man, it's awesome to see so many people building things right now. To loosen that and turn the hot end. I turned it too much the other way. The whole assembly. Freaking hot. Thing a little bit. Man. It's right the first time. I did not. Let's try that there. Let's use this. Okay. That is straight enough. Cap back on. Put our silicone sock back on. Now we're under 50C. As soon as I'm done getting my meaty fingers near this hot end. Okay. Now we should be squared away. Oh, Jim's hello and goodbye, you jerk. I see how it is. I see you. Man, thing got me twice. Bugger. Yeah, so many builds, man. So many builds. I'm gonna need to get a little racket. Holy cow, these suckers are biting me. Right on my cankle, too. Got one on this foot, too. One on the back of this leg, too. Gosh, dang it. Maker Geeks. Llama, I have a roll of Maker Geeks on the BLV. Actually, that's what this vase. This vase was printed in Maker Geeks. I still have rolls of that sitting around too, dude. Who doesn't, though? Come on now. Everybody bought Maker Geeks. And everybody got screwed. I truly had big hopes for that company, man. When they first started, man, let's see what these guys can do. Gonna auto Z align again. Got maybe one or two more layers on the Prusa build, and that will be time to switch out to white filament. How long be going now? Oh, an hour and 20 minutes. Not too bad. Man. Says, why Maker Geek suck? Well, Maker Geese no longer exists because they were shut down. It all comes down to their customer service. They were the first ones to bring around the they were the first company to bring around the subscription box. So you get 2 rolls of filament every month for a set price, and yeah, so you paid, well, I think it was $30 a month. You got 2 rolls of filament. Sometimes you got a third roll thrown in there, which was pretty cool. And their filament, the Raptor series worked pretty well. The Crystal series was pretty hit or miss. Their TPU was good. It worked. I used it for when I built the giant Lego car that Mantis built. I replicated his Lego car. It worked out for me just fine using their TPU, no issues at all. And then I went to 3D Solutech for TPU now. That's who I usually use for black flexible filament. But basically, some of their filament would come out really out of spec, and people would complain about it. And for a while, they were sending out new filament. I had several rolls like that, and they would send me a new roll. Great. But then they would take orders and then just not fill them. And they were getting reported to the BBB, Better Business Bureau, and people were filing lawsuits against them. And they just had to close up shop because of how they handled their situation. So can't see where the end stop goes on the Bear X mount. There is no end stop. There's a version that has an end stop, but it's mainly meant to work with sensorless homing. But there is one with a version where I believe it mounts to there. There is a remix out there for it, I believe. TPE, that was it, Llama. It was TPE. Thomas, what's up, brother? Haven't seen you in a while. So I'm still trying to figure out why Saturday's stream was so successful. We had like 50 some people in the stream. I just don't know why it was ended up being such a good night. Ooh, that's loud. I need to get rid of some of these extra tools here still soon. It's actually some of my first screwdrivers that my dad ever got me. I think I took out of his workbench years ago. These little suckers. These were the first precision set screwdriver set that I ever got. I only have a few of them left, and they are now being replaced by the Weha set. Very different, much bigger handle. But yeah, this was. If any of you got your first set of tools from your old man, probably gonna look a little bit like that. Fall in the profile. Oh yeah, some of it was pretty bad. Some of it went all the way up to like 1.9, and some of them would go all the way down to like 1.5. Like it was like it wasn't a 0.02, it was a 0.2, 0.3 difference sometimes. And if you had a really tightly tuned machine, you had problems. If you had a Crowley, it just printed just fine because Crowley doesn't care. And there's a lot of slop in their PTFE. And that's why so many people, this is around the same time that Capricorn came out, and so many people had even more issues because they were running Capricorn, because Capricorn's ID is undersized and their OD is undersized as well. And that's why if you're using Capricorn tubing on a Crowley printer, your PTFE tubing is more likely to slip out because it's 3.9 some millimeters instead of 4 millimeters to be able to lock in there properly. So that was a lot. I mean, yeah, a lot of people had those. I'm getting to the end of the tools that my dad originally gave me to start out with, and I'm now buying my own tools a little bit at a time. or as Aaron sends me tools, because Aaron sent me a bunch. Aaron, did you see this the other day, dude? I got the mount. They don't wiggle that much anymore. So this is the stand for these Tecton drivers that Aaron sent me long ago. I've got an episode for just tools that I want to do. A lot of people have been asking me on the tools I'm using when I'm building all of these custom 3D printers now is kind of what I do. I'm doing more or less of the Proudly sends me printer. I review it and yay. No, I'm kind of done with that and more like in doing things like this. But anyways, I've got a lot of questions about what tools I'm using and things like that. So I'm kind of going to do an episode just on tools. And I'm still waiting for a little bit longer to actually record that. But we won't be too far in the future, I don't think. The Bear X Motor M for the MKS 2.5S has an end stop mount. Thank you, Aaron. So that was for, who was asking? Mercedes. You see that? I haven't published the file yet, Aaron. I still need to do that. I wanted to see how well it was. There's a little bit of wiggle room in some of them, but overall it is a nice fit. So it works well. I'm trying to think, what else do I have for tonight? I don't know. I'm probably gonna do a test print on here just to ensure that everything is working the way it should again, and then it'll go back onto the shelf down here, and we'll be printing more custom parts. I did get some more parts in for some other builds that I'm going to be working on. So these are all, I needed some LCD screens for those ones, which are good ones that'll work with the Prusa mounts. That's kind of the big issue. If you have one of the El Cheapo screens, they have that gigantic potentiometer for contrast, which don't work with the Prusa mounts. So you got to get the ones with the little potentiometer, which both of these have. And then in my new, again, I had talked before that I'm trying to reduce the cost of Megatron for people to build. I have here the A8 aluminum bed. So this is for the, this is for the Anet A8. It's an aluminum bed replacement for the printer. And this is what I need to cut more tape in. Taped it up good. This is what's going to be the new bed on the new Megatron build that I'll be working on here. So it's it's got lots of mounting holes in it. The only thing I have to do is I do need to drill new holes for where the bed's going to mount. And I think I need to, because the A8 is a little bit different size than what the Ender 3 is using. And let me find where the Ender 3 bed is at. Here it is. Let me get an Ender 3 bed out. I have a FISEC Ender 3 style MK52 bed. So it's 235 by 235, and that will go on top of here. And again, obviously my holes don't quite match up, which is okay. Just need to drill them. And I'll have a nice aluminum bed and a 235 by 235 build plate, which ends up being almost the exact same size of volume-wise as the MK52 bed, because that's 210 by 250. So you're just taking some of the Y, putting it on X. So it's a little smaller, not by much. And then I did get one of their powder-coated type sheets for it. And then I have just a regular steel sheet, which actually is going to be paired with another package that came today. Geckotech. Love this stuff. So I think I ordered a 3-pack from them. And on this plain flex sheet here, there's no PEI anything on it. It's just double-sided flex. We're going to put a sheet of Geckotech on it. And then I think I still have some PEI laying around. I'm going to do the other side probably in PEI. So I think that's going to work out really well for these new builds. But yeah, so I'm excited for these new beds. I really am. I think they'll end up working out really well for what I want them to do. And again, I want Megatron to be a easily accessible and very well printing and easy to build. I don't want it to be anything overcomplicated or anything like that. And I think that the way that mostly Aaron designed, I'll say Aaron and I, but mostly him, really is going to work out well. Any candy, Gecko Tech? Nope. You jerks. How dare you send something to the 3D printer without candy in it? The audacity. Take a look at the 2028 Clippers Best Criminal Fall 6 different. Let me see here. What are you talking about here? Yeah, here. You need to have. I do have a bunch of good crimp tools. The one that I want better of is I want a better crimp tool for terminals. So I currently have the old school one of it just kind of pinches in the two sides. I want something a little better for the 12 and 16 gauge terminals. I haven't found one yet that I really like. So I just need to keep looking around, I guess, for different ones. I have ones for Molex, I have ones for JST and DuPonts. I have two for JST and DuPonts. And then I have, again, the old school crimp one. I have one more. Oh, I have one for the ferrules as well. Then, of course, I have Cat 5 crimpers. And I think I have a barrel crimper for fiber, too. I think I have one of those as well. See what you got here. Let's see it here now. Molex JSTs. Yeah, I have ratcheting ones. These ones aren't ratcheting. That work out really well. I think the BLV's in the way. I don't feel like moving it. The only problem with the BLV is, God, it's in the way half the time. So, yeah. All right. Well, I think, you know what? Hour and a half. I think we're going to call it a night. I didn't really get anything in the mail aside from, again, those throats I kind of had. There are lots of things in these bins over here that are going to be upcoming projects. It's going to be super fun. We're going to make a larger Megatron. I'm going to rename it and call it something else, do a different paint job on it. Don't know what it's going to be yet, but I am definitely looking forward to doing that build. That one's going to have, I think that one's going to be just shy of 400 millimeters height. And that will use an MK52 bed like the Bear does. So it'll be the 210 by 250. I think that'll still be okay. It'll be a little bit bigger than what the Bear came out, a little bigger than what Megatron came out. Not as big as Ultra Magnus is going to be, which is going to be epically huge, but it should be pretty good. I wish there was an MK52 style 300 millimeter bed. I do wish there was that, but there isn't. So, at least not that I've found. There is the BLV one, which is this bed here, which is magnetic, but it sucks because the way that they put the terminal on here, the terminal is on the top side, not the bottom. If it was on the bottom, this bed would be great. And I really wish that whoever is making these would change that up, because this could be the all-in-all magnetic 300 millimeter bed. It really could be. but until they fix that, not so much. So Aaron's saying you could do orange and white, orange, green and white, green. Oh, you're talking for the. Oh, I was like, wait, what are you doing here? You're talking for the pinout of a. I thought you were talking colors for the next print. Yeah, so if you guys have any ideas what to call a 210 by 250 by 400 millimeter height bear, basically, but it's going to be using 2020, so it's going to be like Megatron. Drop a comment down below on what you think I should call it, and give me a color combination to use. And I'll see if I have the colors here to do that. Otherwise, I will get online and buy. I do have some really cool colors from Ziltech. They have a new green and a new orange that I bought from them, which might end up being pretty slick. So Devastator may or may not be in the works. I mean, this I just love how blacked out this looks using all the black carbon fiber. But I definitely need to check that out. And I do have more LDO motors coming for other projects as well. So you guys will definitely have to check that out. LDO has been awesome in sponsoring projects lately. And I could not do a lot of this without their help. I also can't do this without your help. So if you guys want to become patrons, make sure you go down below and check out that Patreon link. All the money that I make via Patreon goes directly into doing all of these builds. You guys see all these custom builds. I can't do this without your support, either affiliate links, Patreon, or donations through the channel. So if you guys want to see me continue doing all these crazy builds, consider supporting the channel in one of those ways. Other than that, I will be back live Friday night with I don't know what. Maybe I'll get some more prints done with the A8